morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Monday, Country Sunday, number 13 day for this month of January 2025. My name na Capo Daniel, wona own countryman, sense pass king, Lukong. Wona welcome to another episode of our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth. It bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as to waka for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Our good people at home and abroad, I bring una liberation greetings. We start today with news. Say that Cameroon, their big human rights defender, the chairwoman for Radak, it can be convoked. It face charges them for terrorism, including one way at Tanganjipo, it don't include them for the accusation, say the woman it is sponsor fight for inside Ambazonia. If this one is like na craziness, this is exactly what is happening in Cameroon. This woman, a highly internationally respected woman, where they stand, it always support the right for this LGBTQ group them. I will play some of the recent interview where Grantham be highly critical for the regime in place in Yaoundé. On a listen.
Pourquoi? Je ne suis pas militaire. La
justice
justice
militaire,
militaire,
ça vous a fait peur?
Peur? Même pas peur un peu. S'ils voulaient me faire peur, ils se sont trompés. On ne me fait pas peur en faisant des grimaces genre singe devant moi. On ne me fait pas peur. On peut me faire rire, c'est vrai. Mais peur, non. Parce que si vous ratez ces gens-là, ils vont vous faire un procès comme vous n'avez jamais vu. Vous ne pouvez pas vous reculer. Parce que la loi a prévu que quelqu'un qui se lève un matin vous met des choses gravissimes sur le dos, des choses qui sont constitutives de délit, sinon de crime. S'il n'arrive pas à rapporter la preuve pour qu'on puisse vous condamner, vous avez là un bâton magique et en or pour lui asséner des coups au terme d'un procès en dénonciation calomnieuse. Il va avoir exactement les peines qui auraient été les vôtres s'il avait pu prouver ce qu'il avait dit.
This woman, a very strong defender for human rights, it talk about the right and the challenges the way they face where the Cameroon government, led by Tanganji Paul, using the government of Cameroon for sui for military court, the lie say the woman it support Ambazonia and they're fighting for ground zero. The woman they talk say a big challenge, and there is procedure for also sue Tanganji Paul personally if the allegations whether they make them against he enough to be proven for court. The woman is further for highlight which way the bishops them, the Catholic bishops they don't talk. He say even if bishop them, when are them baptize Pobia, baptize the family, celebrate the marriage for picking them, the fit talk say even na day for rule Cameroon they go accept them, he speak a lot about what did happen for Cameroon.
Il y a un retour de manivelle. Je ne voudrais pas que le moment venu, M. Atanganji fuit la justice. Parce qu'il aura ses convocations. Je vous tiendrai au courant. Vous verrez s'il est courageux ou s'il n'est pas.
Dont le REDAC annonce qu'on pourrait assister, il y a une plainte contre le ministre de l'administration territoriale.
Oui, et il y en aura d'autres ici. Parce que je l'accuse d'être à l'origine de ça, puisqu'on reprend in extenso ce qu'il a déclenché dans ses arrêtés. Oui, donc, il viendra donc expliquer. Oui.
Donc une plainte également est en gestation contre l'Observatoire du développement sociétal.
Il y en aura une. Mais avant de m'occuper de ce menu de fretin-là, je vais d'abord m'occuper de ses commanditaires. Il ne fait pas ça tout seul. C'est un monsieur dont j'ai un petit peu quelques informations sur ce qu'il a toujours fait. C'est un indique à la solde de ceux qui manipulent les indiques. Sachant que les discours du chef de l'État n'engagent que ceux qui les écoutent, je n'écoute plus. Je ne veux pas être engagé.
Est-ce que c'est pas trop dur de le dire, maître?
Trop dur?
Ouais.
Vous savez ce que j'ai enduré pendant 40 ans que j'écoute ça?
Dites-nous.
43 ans?
Dites-nous.
Quelque chose de très dur. Caillou.
Vous avez de la peine à regarder, à écouter au chef de l'État?
Je n'ai plus le temps. Comment?
Pour lui?
Mais non, je l'écoute plus puisque je l'ai... Écoutez, quand vous avez quelqu'un qui vous a menti une fois, 2 fois, 3 fois, vous continuez à l'écouter, c'est votre faute. Ça veut dire que vous êtes masochiste. Vous aimez la douleur. Vous allez là où on peut vous apporter la douleur. Moi, je ne suis pas masochiste. S'il continue à croire à quelqu'un qui ment depuis 43 ans, qui les a mis dans la situation qui est la nôtre, où même les évêques, l'église catholique, son église d'origine, où il a été souvent, qui ont baptisé ses enfants, qui ont béni son mariage, d'où sort son propre papa, s'il ne peut pas les écouter. Quand un évêque, homme de Dieu, ambassadeur de Dieu sur terre, vous dit « je préfère un diable, mais je n'en peux plus », vous voulez que moi je vous dise quoi de plus?
Mais justement...
L'Église en a marre de M. Biya et de ses promesses. L'Église en a marre de voir ses ouailles souffrir sans que personne les écoute. La preuve, le discours du président. Vous avez entendu parler de nos malheurs? Non.
Non, pas du tout.
Il nous a dit, remettez-moi là, et c'est trop sucré à la graisse, c'est bon. Qu'on le laisse continuer à jouir de nos biens, à nous priver de tout, à ne punir personne, dès lors que ces personnes ne font rien contre lui, mais contre nous, il les maintient en place.
That is the discourse in Cameroon. We'll continue to monitor how the politics play out in that country. For the meantime, we'll continue to push the agenda for Ambazonians' devolution to end the crisis and give our people a peace that is sustainable and that addresses the root causes of our grievances. To that end, the Ambazonians People's Right Advocative Platform, we will be engaging even much more stakeholders within Cameroon, certain stakeholders that did not previously support secession, but we find that we have common grounds with them, like the Federalist movement and other movements within the Cameroon society that are Anglophone based. We will be engaging them directly. We will also be engaging civil society organizations that have been advocating to the end of this crisis. We are going to be engaging them directly. So we are broadening our engagement with the hope that the APJ's umbrella will continue to expand to accommodate and mobilize our people towards a final solution to end this war. We have huge international engagement in the pipeline to help push us across the finish line, as well as ongoing engagement to continue to tap into what we are building. Unfortunately, not all of those things can be put on social media, but we will be accountable to our people as we move forward. Fellow Ambazonians, back to ground zero. I want to seize this opportunity for highlight some of those conversations would indicate them within our Ambazonian cycles what things may be very important for report for now. One of them being reaction for some people in particularly some Sako is supported them about my campaign for the recent kidnapping for ransom of Pa Tanto, we happened for Bamenda again. We didn't collect money. We don't hear say the family pay close to 5 million before they do one release it. In reaction to some of my publication, one of these Sakwe people them talk say, me Capo Daniel, I've been one of those people who didn't sponsor or support or promote kidnapping for ransom. Now the same allegation or make believe allegation that way, they don't try desperately for push them. There is no evidence. Say I don't ever do anything like that. I will never do anything like that. Our people need to be mindful of those where they perpetrate such lies within our population. Any man we don't follow this, our struggle, no say from day one, the first kidnapping will be massive for Bafut, where Eric Tato be the dominate social media, where Alaji go kidnap or picking them for inside PSS Mancon. I will be the first person for condemn them. I will be the first person for talk say there is a risk for that type of behavior for manifest itself even more if we try for cover up or for lie. Those where they be talk say me will cover up and me will lie na tangi poor boys them. Today they don't see how our struggle don't be undermined by those type of activities. I don't fight kidnapping for ransom, get the title of the anti-kidnapping czar for my effort them for help for fight kidnapping for ransom. People the way they don't talk say no be they be catch Regina Mundi also Capo Daniel e be been a spokesman, e be been a deputy defense chief. There is a distinction between arresting or taking into custody by non-state actors, members who represents the regime itself, versus taking into custody our civilians who have nothing to do with the conflict for the purpose of getting ransom for them. Those who were picked up like Regina Mundi are people who are misrepresenting our territory as so-called legislature in Cameroon's judiciary or Cameroon legislature. There is no comparison for the arrest of people like that with lay citizens who are picked up for the main purpose for ransom taking. When Regina Mundi be arrested or taken into custody, it was motivated by politics. I presented to the Ambazonian people our demand from Cameroon government. We did not demand money. We demand for the release of Pa Fongalafo, one of our oldest political prisoners in Cameroon. We engaged the international community, including the International Red Cross, for prisoners exchange. When those in the Ague of Sea went and took money at my back, it was done so without my consent and with my opposition. Because when Tapang Ivor came to me, Ayabacho came to me, and some of the people in the ADF and Ague of Sea that I don't want to mention their name, saying that we should receive the 40 million that the children of Regina Mundi in the United States was proposing to give, I rejected it. I expressed anger and disbelief that such amount of money, that money could even be considered by those people I was working with. I refused it. Regardless, when the mafia took place and Regina Mundi was returned to La République du Cameroon, I came to our public and I bowed my head to them in shame and told our people that us, the leadership, have failed them. Remember that even Chris Anu, who is a hardliner, when Regina Mundi was taken into custody, he said that it was legitimate and congratulated the ADF. I will never, ever support kidnapping of our people. Tapang Ivor, Mark Barata, both did not just cover up for kidnapping for ransom. They advocated for kidnapping for ransom to be used against our innocent civilians. Mark Barata even said that it is a very good thing for people who have seen the suffering of our boys to be kidnapped so that they can pay some money for this boy, and some people who are kidnapped, they come back and even send more money to those boys. We can never support, let alone advocate for kidnapping for ransom in any shape or form. I have always said to our people for the past 8 years, that if the struggle have gone to a stage where for a soldier to survive, you need to kidnap, you should better stop fighting or go to Nigeria. Because that day, it means that you have been defeated. Our soldiers have been living because the population supports them. When you lack that communal support, it means that the struggle itself has failed, regardless of the situation. There is no justification. There is no reason for anybody to go and hold our innocent people or hold people simply because they have money or access to people who have money. Hold them to collect money. That is criminality. Criminal activity must be condemned, must not be supported, must not be justified. Even when it is done by our own people, we cannot lie that it is done by somebody else. Because doing that, you only facilitate and encourage criminals to continue in that same behavior. It has become so endemic today that an Ambazonian general who is not doing it will look at himself and say, but why am I not doing it? The blame is enough. I'm not blaming Tapang Ivor and Mark Barata. Like many Ambazonian activists, they themselves were acting in anger and in frustration for lack of progress. Their intentions were good, but as I've often said, good intention does not justify bad behavior. We have seen J. Carl also promote attack against our people. People have come out and think that if our soldiers go and kill a lot of people, the international community attentions will be drawn to our crisis to solve the problem. We have continually educate our people and challenge those people that it is wrong. It will not work. Anybody who have rational thinking, who is a reasonable person, who is an honest person, cannot ignore my fight against kidnapping for the past 8 years, my advocacy for the use of proportional force, my stand for education, my stand for people's first in our struggle. Anybody who can ignore all the evidence, and in every single case where somebody has been kidnapped, my fighting to get that person released for the main purpose to protect our soldiers, to defend them, and keep the integrity of our struggle. Anybody who can ignore all of those things, that person is a dishonest person and should be ashamed of themselves. To those on the ground who continue to perpetrate this attack against our people, you will be neutralized. I guarantee you, our people will take actions against you for those actions you have taken against our people. Nobody who can lie for you, cover up for you, will be there to protect you. I want our people to understand and know the fact. Since the beginning of this year, we have dealt with 6 high-profile kidnapping in Bamenda alone. All of these kidnappings were done by our Ambazonian fighters. The Cameroon government, who used to use the DDR to commit atrocities, it is not a good business for them to do that. That is why it was easy for me to take out people like Moja Moja by applying pressure to the Cameroon government and exposing people like Ngala Gerard. We should know that it's not profitable for them to do those things again, because they are now using our own Ambazonian fighters to do it. Because we have foolishly allowed the issue of brasseries and petrol to be used to take control of our soldiers. People who pay money for brasseries and pay money for them or facilitate their transaction and benefit from petrol business are now in control of their behaviors and their activities. All the 6 high-profile kidnapping that have been done in Bamenda this year 2025, all of them, General Daddy Boy, the general in Mankonde in Alabukam, have been involved in the negotiations and money transfer, all of them through him. He's an Ambazonian soldier. The chief justice who was picked up by our boys, in that camp, he saw the Ambazonian soldiers there. He saw the activity. He even met Mama G, our refugee, this prominent Ambazonian refugee who is in ground 1. This lady is in many of our chat groups. She was there cooking food for both those who have been kidnapped and the Ambazonian soldiers. The chief judge even talked to her. All of those testimonies, we know them. When people are kidnapped, they are being released, we talk to the people, we know them. It has now get to a point where, because of my case, that our house was burned, the people now in Mankon are now realizing that majority of the boys that they are using increasingly are Banso boys, people who are speaking Banso languages. So Bensikin drivers now in Mankon, in Kwen, who are from Banso, are now increasingly coming under pressure from our people there who have noticed the train. Not that the people of Banso should be stigmatized in anything, but we must be able to study data and see where this problem is coming from. We must fight against kidnapping for ransom. Some people say that some people are partnering with the enemies to go and fight against our people. That is stupidity. Our people must know that the number 1 primary danger our population face in ground zero are coming from our Ambazonian fighters. They are the number 1 problems our people face, number 1 danger. We have always said in this struggle that blacklegs are more dangerous than La République du Cameroon. We must equally say Ambazonian fighters who are committing this atrocity, kidnapping our people for ransom, are even more dangerous than blacklegs and those who facilitate blacklegism. They are the first primary enemy of our people, number 1 enemy, and they must be confronted, exposed, and work even with the Cameroon military to eliminate them. Whatever means possible, they are the primary enemy we face. From January to today, how many people have Cameroon military killed, even in reaction of their own colleagues who have been killed? None. Nana. We were even worried about Kale Kale. Now our soldiers are coming to bar, rounding up people, collecting their mobile phones, removing money from their momo, taking our women, beating our old people under their legs with colas, worse than what La Republique was doing to us with Balançoire, because at least La Republique have motive. This is our own people from within. Anybody who do not see the Amazonian fighters who are doing this thing as a primary enemy have lost touch with the reality on the ground. How many victims will go through the same process? We stay quiet and allow this cancer to eat us up because we have legitimate grievances. We must separate this extremism from our genuine pursuit for justice for our people. These boys are not motivated by our public interest. These are thieves, greedy people who have emerged to take advantage of our struggle, and they will never turn back, including those who are addicted from money from the struggle in the political leadership in the diaspora. These are lazy, greedy people who continue to do what they do until the people will realize what is going on. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.